Could you please clear up the cuck article you wrote?
I am not going to talk about
Again?
this.
Okay.
And basically, you know what? Fuck you for bringing this up right here and right now. Why are you doing this to me?
I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was.
Well, just use a little bit of fucking common sense.
Sorry, apologies.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Elizabeth.
Heartfelt.
What you just witnessed is a disintegration. I'm not the biggest fan of Sidney Watson, but I'll tell you right now, it wasn't an ambush. Jack Murphy was blindsided because he thought that he had people on his side. Whoever sent that super chat should get a crown and a sword because they're the king. This is the kind of response that one gets from a man that gets put on blast for the world to see. A man that has carefully constructed, tailored, and honed an identity outside of his reality for all to see. Mr. Goldstein is not that unusual. He is a fake and a charlatan, and many, many people know this. But he also has legions of fakes and charlatans that run cover for him and obscure what he actually is. It used to be very easy to be a morally duplicitous piece of dog shit. Thankfully, those days are coming to an end with the advent of the internet, social media, cameras on everything on every corner. It is now almost impossible to hide the fact that one has a split personality or suffers from raging narcissism. Jack Murphy in that clip, Mr. Goldstein, I should say, is exactly what he appears to be. Blindsided, absolutely furious at the idea that his integrity is being questioned by a host, a female, of course, because we all know that he hates them and himself. Gentlemen, I must say that the last month has done nothing but give, and give some more to those of us that wish to learn from the pieces of dog shit that set this example. The bar, by the way, is very low. Murphy is the latest in a long line of self-professed machoism with spray-on tans that try to convince young men who are hurting, alone, and confused that they would be missing out if they didn't follow him into a pit of debauchery and confusion. To put it shortly, Mr. Goldstein is morally and ethically confused and compromised. He's no different than Ed Hopkins. You might know him as Donovan Sharp. The ilk that surround the PUA pickup game community. Although calling those assholes a community is an insult to communities everywhere. Undead Chronic and the War Band have done an excellent job of chipping away at the fake armor that these cucks put on every time they turn on a camera or a microphone. It is a thankless and never-ending task to root out and destroy those that would mislead you and Pied Piper your ass right back onto the plantation. For that, they have my thanks, largely considering they are one of a handful of people in this manosphere that does anything close to that. Gentlemen, it doesn't take much to expose a cuck, a liar, a fraud, a charlatan. All it takes from you is understanding what morals, ethics, values, and principles are and why they should matter most in your life. Jack Murphy just wiped out years of carefully constructed fabrications with that outburst. No amount of apologies, no amount of groveling or ass-kissing is going to erase it. Jack Goldstein has demonstrated a superfluous nature time and time again. Every time you see him, it shines through like a bright light, and it's very easy to detect once you're attuned to it. Gentlemen, I could talk to you for days about how this type of spiritual, ethical, moral, emotional corruption will ruin, and destroy your life. But I won't do that here. I would actually encourage you to go and watch some of Jack Goldstein's videos, Mr. Murphy, to the uninitiated, and listen very carefully to what he says, and come back and watch this clip, and then think to yourself, is that the actions of a man that is confident in who and what he is? Murphy's been on the hot seat ever since Donovan Sharp was outed. All of the scumbags that have been riding the wave that MGTOW created into the manosphere, they're getting weeded out. And trust me, fellas, hundreds of thousands of subs are not going to protect you. You men have a problem, and that problem isn't MGTOW, it's not monks, it's not red pillars. The problem is you. You haven't learned to live with what you are. You haven't progressed sufficiently to self-analysis so that you can change what you are in case you want to improve your situation in life, which I seriously doubt that you do. One more instance, men. One more instance of cause and effect. The cause of Jack Murphy's outburst wasn't Sidney Watson. He was caught flat-footed, unprepared to have someone cast that mirror in his face. Just like Dracula in every vampire movie you've ever seen, it is truly hideous to look into a mirror and see nothing looking back at you. Jack Murphy is a soulless ghoul. Edwin Hopkins is a soulless ghoul. Associating with these people puts you on the path to being just like them. Do yourselves a favor, men. Start taking your lives seriously. Start taking your moral and ethical and spiritual development seriously. Or one day, you too will look like somebody tried to wipe their ass with your face.